So for day two, I'm going to focus on getting, you can't really see it, but there's a fence way back here and a gate somewhere in here that I didn't even know was there until yesterday when we went wiggle wobbling through the trees. So we are going to, I am going to work on getting this section cleaned up. That way I can pull the 16-foot trailer back into here and we can get down here and really get this side cleaned up. And then over here, it's not nearly as dense. Hopefully today, on day two, I will be able to get all of this brush back, maybe even with the gate on the other side. We'll get a better look at what's wrong with the house, make a game plan for what we're going to buy and repair. And this tree, he's coming out. He's got some pretty serious issues, but we'll use him for some firewood. That tree, this bigger, much bigger tree, he's probably coming down too. We'll see. That tree, we'll see. That tree back there, we'll see. And we'll continue on from there. But I'll get you guys set up. I think we're doing a time lapse today. It's pretty chilly, and let's get some work done. Yesterday, my mother, who has assisted me on this project, went through the garage over here, and we got most of the trash that was over here piled up on the sofa that was left in the yard. We've got quite a bit of trash over here and around the back. So we're going to do a little walkthrough so you guys can see what it looked like in the beginning. There's some bricks. There were some steak knives. Looks like somebody lost their change on the ground here.
Oh, I'll take it.
Of course you will. My mother says she'll take it. So sorry guys, it was first come first serve and it's already gone. Maybe we'll get into here a little bit today and get, oh, the smell. Oh, that is just lovely. Be glad you are at home and not smelling the smell. That's really the first really unpleasant place that we've gone into on this project. Backyard isn't quite as bad as the front yard, but still looking like a lot of work. A lot of work. The other side of the same outbuilding. Now the lady and her husband were here. She was a reverend and he was in the Korean War. And I think everything in here is just going to be a pull out and remove. But our primary water that we've got coming in is over here. And I think I may end up extending the house out and around and make this a laundry room and move everything up about 3.5 feet. We'll see how that works out. Since this is a pretty solid building, I'd like to not tear it down, but I just don't think this design is going to work because we can't heat this. All right. There's a flipped over shed back here that I'm going to have to cut up and remove. We'll get a good look at that later. And then about 2 years before they passed away both about 2 months apart in 2017. They built this little shed out here. And quite a bit of junk. But it's a good sized outbuilding. Concrete floor. Windows are all smashed out, unfortunately. And a lot of VHS tapes. A lot of stuff on the floor. Somebody's memories, but we're going to get it cleaned out and be respectful as we can in the process. And get it nice and new and enclosed. Get some power buried to out here so we can get the lights back on. And yeah. Not a lot to do there. And looks like the folks who attempted to do some work on this before, maybe the squatters, maybe somebody else, just chucked everything in the house over here in this corner. And we're going to get that cleaned up. Get a good look at what's back here. I've got at least one good sized stump to remove. I think this yard's going to look a lot bigger once we don't have as much brush in the way. And then we'll find out what's going on with the city, to whether or not we're going to be burying these power lines coming in. It looks like almost everybody else on the street has buried theirs. So probably a sign there that maybe we should be doing the same. And we'll get this figured out. All right, let's go take a look inside. So this is broken, but I may just fix it and rescreen it, make it look nice. make it work well. Broken windows here. I think I'll just get new glass. The door seems solid. Sand it, fill it, get it fully restored back up to a functional door. In here we got cabinets, overhead. Not sure exactly what we're going to do. Oh, lovely mouse nest in there. With all of these cabinets, another lovely mouse nest in there. Remainder of mouse nest, new mouse nest. I think we're going to just clean up this counter for right now and use it as a service area since it seems solid. Get it all good and clean. Pans, old stove with melted wax all over the burner. The lovely things that squatters do. Hey, no mouse house. Looks promising. Alright, see what we got to do for some steel wool. Window that's permanently open over the sink. Go away. It actually doesn't smell that bad in here, which is quite surprising considering the state of the carpet. The carpet is uniquely decorated for the time period this house was built, which was 64. We've got broken window, which has been broken since I first came and looked at the place. A door that's pretty standard, in pretty good shape. It's a plywood door. The real question ends up being, how much money are we going to put back into this build? At the very least, it's going to get sanded, cleaned, repaired, and painted. Probably replaced. I like the wood banding. The banding is very nice. All around the house, we got the lintel running along there. I'm going to take this wire out, running up here along the ceiling. Take out the ceiling fan. Put that into something that covers it better. Probably put a light here on the first beam, somewhere around midpoint. Ceiling fan on the center beam, light on this beam here at the end, and then have separated switches here at the door for light and fan, so you can turn them on independently. And maybe, that's not centered anyway, maybe back this fan up or shorten the down rod a little bit to move it up a little bit higher. I'd like it to still be efficient, but I'm 6'4", and I'm definitely going to be touching any type of lights with my head as I walk underneath that. The gingerbread edging is nice, but probably not going to stay. All carpet in here is going to leave. So now here's an interesting thing. I've been in quite a few houses that we looked at where people pulled the wiring out and ripped holes in the walls, tore down ceilings, pulled them all out. But this is the first one I've seen where that was not the case, but someone has taken the box out, and I found the shell of it outside in the yard. So someone pulled the shell, and that was all they did. Got a busted window here with some foam inserts. Wall fixtures are going to come out. Ceiling looks like it's in really good shape on this side, but it's going to need to be modified because I'd say it's about 7'2", 7'3" in here, and my head would touch the ceiling blade if I turn back around the other way. A lot of the stuff has been cleared out, but there's still mail here from 2010, 2015. previous owners. Nice coat hangers. Might repurpose those. They look like they're new. Very little in this house is going to be reused. I'm debating, since the ceilings are so low and they painted the ceiling black in here, just tearing this all out and redoing the wiring. But yesterday or the day before, a house almost identical in size to this went on the market down the street for $110. So we're going to be watching the comps on that and see how that works out. Someone has smashed the doorway over here and then punched the drywall there. Now this is what I would normally expect to see from squatter houses, but that just hasn't been happening. So we've got smashed water pipes here and a pulled out wire. So I'm gonna hazard a guess there was a shorty water heater in here that's been in here for quite some time. That's CPVC, it's very brittle once it ages. So they had a water heater in the closet and then the water line running back and down. It's not a bad spot for it, for what they had for this house. But they also had electric heaters throughout the house that had been all pulled out. And I'm just at a loss sometimes for the things that people do. All right, and then we have the bathroom, which when we first came by, it had this lovely sign, "Please keep door closed." And then on the inside, we've got lovely yellow linoleum floor, broken glass in the bathroom, but the window isn't broken. So I'm going to hazard a guess they broke the mirror. A bunch of cleaning supplies that, I mean, I'm not planning on using comment for anything. Cabinet that isn't destroyed. Random mail, junk on the floor. A lovely toilet. Just black as pitch in there. Someone has taken the shower pan out. It might be the one that I saw out in the yard. And they've got green rock in here. So this was redone reasonably recently. And then a real metal shower hanger bar that looks like it's been hand bent from what I'm seeing here. All that's going to be pulled. Might be able to reuse this mixer. It looks like it's a Moen fairly recently. And a marbleized looking sink from whatever they've sprayed on it. So I guess we'll see what gets reused in here, if anything. And then this cabinet has nothing, not even shelves. Then on the upper section, there's an attic access going up into the attic. And there doesn't appear, as far as I can tell, to be any insulation in the attic. Morning, everybody. We are on day 4 of cleanup. We decided that this space over here, where the truck is parked now, which was pretty much full of trash, was a better use of our time when it was just brutally cold. We were supposed to get up to about 50 something today and maybe 60-ish tomorrow. So I have gone and bought a chipper, a used chipper. We're going to see how that works out. It's a Predator chipper from Harbor Freight. Normally it's about $600 plus tax. This one was $250. Brought it down here. We're going to be running it with ethanol free. Hopefully it fires up pretty well. We're going to get this big pile over here to my side, chipped up and put over here against the fence. And I'm going to spend quite a bit of time today working on this area here so I can finally get a look at the roof. I haven't been able to see the roof at all because of how much stuff is in the way, both from down the street and in the yard. And for some reason, this property has multiple toilets laying in the yard. There's one over here, there's one over there, there's one on the other side, and part of another one in the backyard. So I've never seen multiple toilets in one yard before. But we're gonna get the trash cleaned up and let's get to it. Here on the south side of the house, up until this point, I really haven't been able to get through these trees nearly as well as I had hoped I was going to be able to. My initial timeline estimates for getting all of this work done were very overly optimistic, and I don't know if it really shows up much in the videos here yet, but I'm about to start getting into a very, very vine interlaced area of the yard. And I wasn't really anticipating how much work it was going to take to be able to separate these three different kinds of vines that have all grown together like a mat across the tops of these trees. It's not really surprising given our area that we have grapevines and a few different types of really dense vines like honeysuckle, which we have in this case, and a type of vine I'm not really sure what it was, but it was very woody. So this is going much slower than I expected it to. The other thing that is slowing me down here is I'm trying to be very meticulous about how I cut these stumps off from all of the individual bushes and tree starts that are in this area, because I want to be able to back a fully loaded trailer up through this area without worrying about punching holes in the tires from leftover sharp stumps. Thinking goat. I think the camera might have been a little bit far away for that. I'm not sure exactly how much you can see, but I've got kind of a wedge shape opened up over here. And these small plants that are over here that are really dark on the side, those are very immature Osage orange. There's another one over here, and as we go back and through, it looks like they were using them for shade. There's another one over here that's more developed, and you can see they bow up and around. It's like the Cave of the Throne. And there's quite a bit of trash over here, but it's going along fairly well. It's been about 45 minutes with a couple of things cut out here and there. But overall, we're making good progress. Next step is I'm going to get the chipper set up right over here. And we're going to have it blow over here against the fence and make a pile so that I can still get through here with the truck. This is wider than I thought, actually. This is going to be a pretty nice area for the front yard. All right, let's get the chipper set up. Okay, so we're getting, oops, I just tripped over a branch. Getting ready for our first start here. We haven't started it, haven't run anything here. So we're gonna be setting the choke. Start. On for the gas. And then we've got an on-off switch here. So that is set to on. Okay, I've checked the oil. The oil's right there. Gas is good. I checked that yesterday. But yeah, let's see if she fires up. There's a dog coming to see me. All right. Oh, that's encouraging. Okay, so we're getting, oops, I just tripped over a branch. Getting ready for our first start here. We haven't started it, haven't run anything here. So we're going to be setting the choke. Start. On for the gas. And then we've got an on-off switch here. So that is set to on. Okay, I've checked the oil. Oil's right there. Gas is good. I checked that yesterday, but yeah, let's see if she fires up. There's a dog come to see me. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's get it set up. Let's see what happens.